Hi guys, another quick minute before I hit work road trip to kind of touch base with you on the truth about relationships and to also do a follow-up on the video that I shared yesterday on how words and actions impact our lives and the lives of others. But to start with today's topic, the truth about relationship that nobody talks about. We all want to be in a relationship, and life is all about relationships because without relationship, there is no life. Part of our existence in life and our life's purposes is to build relationships and leave others better, not bitter, as we go about our journeys in life. And we each have a purpose in every other person that we meet along the path. We each have a purpose to leave them with some conscious awakening moments, with some life lessons that help them along the way. But when we're not consciously aware of these things, like I shared yesterday, we end up leaving them with a negative impact than a positive one. And so today on the truth about relationship nobody talks about, let's take a look at each relationship we're in. When you talk about family dynamics, the truth is that the relationship you have with your parents or your caregivers is unique between you and them. It may not necessarily be the relationship that they have with other children in the household. The relationship you have with your friends should be unique to each friend and not a common general terms of relationship, because everybody you meet is unique in their own ways. Let's go on the romantic side. The relationship you have with a partner is unique to you and that partner because that partner is also unique and they come with their own uniqueness. But when you don't know your uniqueness yet, or you're not consciously aware of your own uniqueness or the partner's uniqueness, what we tend to do based on what the society teaches about relationship, what we hear experts say about relationship, what the media tells us about relationship, what the movie says about relationship, and we make that and birth a persona, what our trauma tells us about relationship, because traumas also communicate relationship. And so what happens is that we end up creating a persona, a stereotype, based on our limited beliefs that were birthed from those experiences that may not be true, may not have facts with it, as well as the impure thoughts that we have and the biases that we have created. We now birth the stereotype or ideal partner, as we call it, and we believe that that person must fit in the box that we have created, forgetting that they are also unique in their own ways. And they're also going through their life's journey and may not be where we want them to be, but on a path of discovery as well. And so when that person no longer fits into the framework that we have created, we say, they don't love me anymore. They no longer do the things I want. It's the I mentality. And that may lead to the victim mentality. And without really taking a deep dive to introspect, to evaluate, to discover, to tap into wisdom and understanding, you may be self-sabotaging and repeating patterns in other relationships that you get into. The truth is that every relationship you have is unique. The person you're meeting is going through some life processes or have gone through some life processes, and they may still be trying to find their own terms. They may have not felt good enough as a child. They may have had words spoken into their lives that is now impacting their performance and their behavior. And you meeting them and putting your projection into the picture also impacts how they respond. And as a woman, let me say this to women out there that are singles that are looking. Men need time to process whatever you say to them. Men are also emotional, as we women are, but they need more time to digest what you say to them. I often hear as a coach, he's not listening to me. But are you understanding how he processes what he hears and how long it's going to take him to process it? You may have a partner that maybe that relationship ended and it took that person 5 minutes to process the thought. But it's taking this next person 1 day, 7 hours to process the thought. Everybody's unique. You also have to consider, and this is back to the main topic, I just digressed a little bit because I needed women to hear that. You also have to understand the thought. Where is the other person's thought process when you are ordering how you feel? Is what you're expressing invalidating how they feel about themselves? Or is it helping them gain a conscious awareness to the fact that they're gaining knowledge and understanding that you're sharing? Or is it depleting them? Is it unique to them? Or is it general terms of you reflecting, projecting, assuming that they understand what you are expressing? Every relationship is unique. The relationship you have with your friends, to each one of them, there is a uniqueness that's required. And there are different lessons you will learn from each person that you meet in your life's journey. But are you willing to embrace those lessons to gain a conscious awareness so that you're not categorizing relationships into a bucket? You're not creating a box that limits your vision and perspective. You are not self-sabotaging by creating biases that are not true, that every partner is the same, every partner does the same thing. No, people do similar things in different ways, but without really looking at their window. We call it empathy, and saying, am I able to understand what this other person is going through? And am I projecting on them? That's part of introspection. And the more you practice introspection and journaling, the more you're able to understand the uniqueness of each partner or each friend or each relationship you have in your life's journey. We all cannot do life alone. No man is an island. Every aspect of our lives require one relationship or the other. But the truth is there is uniqueness to every person that you meet. And if you're not learning to understand the uniqueness and how to deal with the uniqueness of each person that you meet, you will negatively impact some people that you meet in life and positively impact others. Every word that we utter is impacting people that we meet. And if we don't create the uniqueness around each person that we meet, understanding that we're all unique in our own ways, we will keep putting people into a limited box based on our biases, our stereotypes, our limited beliefs, and keep destroying relationships and creating transactional relationships than healthy relationships. So today, my challenge to you is to take a look at every relationship that you have. Think about it. How has that relationship been unique to you and the other person? And how have you been able to see from their own uniqueness what you are expecting or setting as expectations? And how have you been able to view the relationship from their perspective? So that was today's topic. And then to answer the question I got from yesterday's video on how words and actions impact our lives and others, this person said, If I do not have contact with the person that I now realize that I have left a negative impact on and makes me feel bad about myself, what do I do? You don't have to have contact with the person. When I speak about forgiveness, forgiveness is for you. You only extend the forgiveness to other people because you want to release whatever there is on that journey. There are two things you can do if you don't have contact with that person. One is to forgive yourself. The other is to write a letter to that person, knowing that you're not going to see them. And read that letter out to yourself several times until you don't feel the burden on your shoulders anymore. And when you're done reading the letter and you no longer feel the weight on your shoulders, burn the letter. Release so that you can receive the new knowledge that you're gaining. And when you gain the new knowledge, ensure you don't repeat the patterns and cycles again. So think about these things. They're deep, and they're not to operate in survival mode, but to start teaching us to learn to thrive in life's journey, to think outside of what we're comfortable with and get into the uncomfortable that brings us the wisdom and knowledge that we truly need in our space in order to evolve and build better relationships, healthier relationships, create a world, an atmosphere of love that helps the next generation to understand as we break the cycles that we have gained and allow ourselves to emerge into newness. Remember, never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When you stop living, it means it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still here, remember, every relationship is unique to you and the other person in it. Have a great week. God bless. Bye-bye.